the fact that we've moved the registry building, it's now sitting above what would normally be an empty site. And like you see any construction site, it's an empty pit. You excavate around, you put in the foundation walls, then you build the floors as you come up. The registry building, because of the way and the sequencing of the construction, it's going to sit right above that hole.
They didn't actually blast while the building was there, and that was something that was really important. They pre-excavated and then put the piles in, backfilled temporarily for the move. So the excavation was only of fill. So they didn't have to do any rock excavation during that time because yes, blasting while your building is on essentially stilts is a risky procedure.
Here we have a high level of rock, very hard rock, so we had to blast rock in order to get to our final elevation of P2. So what we did was then excavated first, backfilled to grade, installed our temporary piles to support the building, and then we moved the building onto this location so that when we excavated down to P2 and the remainder of the site, this was already complete and we didn't have to disturb the piles that are there holding the building up.
You can see what we have here. The substrate is at a bit of a different level. Now, depending on what type of soils you have on your project, here we had maybe 10, 12 feet of soil and then the rest was rock. So what we had to do is we had to line drill our perimeter around here, and then we had to start blasting in controlled areas with trenches to hold the vibration as it moves along.
We wouldn't be getting really close with machinery excavating rock, which could be very dangerous, and you could very easily transmit vibrations up into the building and potentially cause some damage to the masonry.
We have vibration monitors inside the building that have been there for over a year since construction started to make sure that the building itself didn't have any significant vibrations.
In a perfect world, in a non-downtown environment, you create a road away from the site and you fill up your trucks and you drive it out. Downtown, you don't have that luxury, so we have to put a ramp inside the site, and the trucks have to drive up the ramp and get the stuff out. But where the ramp is located, it prevents you from digging underneath the ramp because you need to drive on it. So there is sometimes some moving around with the ramp in an ordered, very sequenced way.
Donc, on a un espace de travail qui est très limité. On doit être très méthodique et on donne des espaces prédéterminés à chacun des sous-traitants pour pouvoir justement ne pas marcher l'un sur l'autre. On a aussi des cédules qui sont très spécifiques que l'entrepreneur général met en place avec chaque sous-traitant qui travaille telle journée, suivi d'un autre, suivi d'un autre.
Now we're ready to transfer it from the steel beams and the steel piles that the CRO is sitting on today to the new structure where it'll be its home. We'll start the process of slowly removing the steel frame that's there and introducing the new permanent structure underneath it to support it. So it's going to be just as careful as we've been to date, and just repeat the process.